The Civivi Elementum is their #1 selling knife, but they have done something different this time. They have made it into a button lock, and they have changed the steel. The question is this enough to make me love it? Because I didn't necessarily love the original. Let's take a look. So I'm just going to go ahead and answer this question right away. Does this make me love it? Absolutely. For some reason, this feels so good. In fact, the disparity between this and my feelings of the Elementum were so great, I felt the need to purchase another basic Elementum because I'm like, there's no way it's the same plus the button. I don't remember it being this nice. I don't know why. So here we are. So this is another Civivi Elementum. Now, this is a brand new one. And I really needed to know, are these identical? Did they change anything? And that's exactly what I'd like to ask here. And, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. We're going to have to get some rulers out. Hold on a second here. So, this one comes out to be just around 4 1/8. 4 1/8, give or take. This one is under 4 inches. Okay, so it is a little bit different. Just a little bit. Not a lot, but it looks like it's somewhat different. Alright, anything else that I notice any difference? Definitely, so like you can see, there's a slightly different shape. The thickness. You can definitely see it is a thicker knife. For sure. That's not surprising because you need a space to put the springs and so on. Anything else that seems different? Looks like the same thickness steel. Is the blade length any different? It appears to be the same. Why does it feel so different though? It really does. Is it just the thickness? I swear, this knife feels so much better than the original. I'm not saying that the original is bad. It just wasn't for me, okay? But there's something about this knife that makes it so much better. And I think part of it is the thickness. I think that definitely feels more comfortable. The choil is the same. I mean, I'll tell you right now, Nitro V, which is what this is in, is way preferred for me than D2. So there's a price increase here. Not by a lot, but there is a price increase. And Nitro V is definitely worth the extra, what, $10 to $15, at least for me. I like that so much better than D2. That's just my personal preference. But there's something about this knife, and I can't quite put my button finger on it. It's just amazing. I don't know, maybe you get to take full advantage of the drop shut action. I don't know, because like here, you don't really get the full experience that you get with this. It's just so nice. And there is a little bit of spring action, a little bit of bounce, but not that much. And the spring here is just so much better than one of their original button locks. They have definitely improved the tension here, and it definitely shows. It feels better. It locks up better. It's just awesome. This is a great little knife. I don't know what else to say. They somehow managed to get me to like this thing. And I didn't like the original. I still don't like it. And getting it now, I understand why I didn't like it. But for some reason, I like this one. I wish it was more pronounced, but for some reason it is different. Crazy. Very interesting. I think this is a great offering. My only annoyance with this is they did forget to do one thing that everyone asked them to do. The only thing that is bad about this knife, the only thing, is that it does not come with a fully reversible pocket clip. Now, I think it was more forgivable here because liner locks are a little bit more difficult to to deploy to close on the left hand. I mean, it's a little bit more difficult. The button lock, left-handed button lock, I think there's a fair argument that it's easier to use a button lock left-handed. I swear to God. I think it's as easy or easier in some ways. So in this case, I would very much like to have seen a place to put this pocket clip on the reverse side. Oh, the one thing they did change, you might notice, very small thing, maybe to some and not to others, but they did actually make a cutout for the pocket clip. Both have recessed screws, but now the whole clip itself is now recessed. Really, really nice little touch. I think they could have put a, you know, a spacer here or something like that to allow it to be left-handed. Yes, it wouldn't look quite as clean, I will admit, fully, but it just feels like now with the button lock, this is also an awesome left-handed knife. Really, it really is. It's so easy to use with my left-handed. I'm not super good with it, but no problems here at all. So easy. So having that pocket clip on both sides, just a small missed opportunity for Civivi. Nothing to take away though. This is by and large, I think, going to end up being their #1 seller in a very short period of time. I don't want to say strictly better. No, I'm going to say it. It's strictly better. It is. It's strictly better. If you're thinking of saving the extra $10, do it. Trust me, it is so much more comfortable. I love this knife. It's somehow managed to get me to keep it. In fact, there's a bunch of other knives that I'm going to be taking out of my collection that this will replace because it's that sub 3-inch hollow ground EDC knife. It's like they nailed it. Like all they have to do is add a pocket clip and this knife is like primo, like perfect. And yeah, I know that they have the Altus and all of that, but oh, so close. So close. The button locks really are. They really are very much left hand and right hand capable. It's just a slightly different motion, but it's still pretty easy. Like it doesn't feel like it's much more difficult to use a button lock left-handed, or even maybe even easier. I don't know. Some people have told me who are left-handed that they like the button locks more in the orientation they are. Interesting, to say the least. So Civivi continues to evolve their line, and actually the fact that they didn't offer this and make it too expensive is a huge bonus on top of everything else. Nitro V blade steel, button lock, slightly thicker handles, makes it a lot more comfortable, still can choke up. I like this. I like this a lot. I carried it for about a week. It's a fantastic knife. I just, not much more to say here. It's an Elementum, just better, because it has Nitro V, and it has a button lock, and it has a slightly thicker handle, and I mean slightly longer, but I wouldn't even say that you may or may not notice. I mean, it feels different, for sure. Like the shape is a little bit different, right? But not a huge amount, right? Not a huge amount. That's it. Not much more to say here, right? It's an Elementum with a button lock and better steel. This is a winner. Everything that has applied to Elementum before is still true, except now it's just even more fidgety. Good job. All right, that's it. Thanks for your time, and we'll talk again soon.